Today's road to 50 million. And the topic today is kindness. You'll notice if you're listening that I still have a cold. In fact, it's worse than yesterday. So I stayed in bed quite a bit today, but knew that I had to do this 50 million because I said so. And when I make commitments, I keep them no matter what. It's just who I've decided to be. And there's something in that when you decide that you're something. Boldness, decision. There's that quote from Murray, the expedition guy, that says, the moment one firmly declares, then providence moves to. And I realize on Friday afternoon before Christmas, lots of people are going to be bustling around doing things, last minute preparations, getting home from work, or maybe you didn't have to work today, or maybe you work from home, and maybe there are preparations for the weekend, and maybe there's all kinds of things. But my question for us to consider today is this, and I wrote it in the description, and it was kind of funny. If someone could point a meter at you or me, you know, beep, and point a meter at you, and it showed true emotion, nothing fake, no camo, no deflection or anything, what would it show? And I was thinking about the word kindness today because it's in such short supply. In the United States, and we here in Canada, I saw on the news that Zelensky from Ukraine came down and addressed the U.S. Congress in the last few days because of the dire situation there in Europe. And whatever your position is on that sort of political stuff, my heart was aching because of what it represents. I saw a thing online that said 100,000 soldiers had lost their lives, and I could hardly imagine such a tragedy, because then families, a million people affected, or 500,000 people, and that I think was just on one side. So we're moving into right close the holiday, the Christmas holiday, which for many is important. Regardless of whether it's a holiday or not, here's the question: if someone could read your heart, what would they read? Are you busy? Are you overwhelmed? Are you frightened? Are you worried about where your next meal is coming from? Are you worried about something that's going on in your life you don't want people to know? That's a place I used to live all the time. There were times in my life when I was terrified of the doorbell because of stuff going on in my life. I thought something bad was going to happen, and that's no fun to live there. So today, I want to invite you to have kindness. I want you to just really think about this. What would it take for you or me to be such that the most powerful radiance that we give off is kindness? That someone just being in your presence felt your kindness, the empathy, the gentleness, the tenderness of your heart, the love that you have for them, even if you don't know them. That's something that we can do. Like, you might be busy, you might be frantic, you might feel like you're behind the eight ball, you might have projects due, you might be worrying about finances or money or health or anything else. All those things go on in life, and they do every day, all day long. But nothing prevents us, even with being busy or being broke or being sick or anything else, nothing prevents us from being kind. We have the ability to choose kindness. And I suspect one of the things that happened when I died 4.5 years ago in June of 2018, I died. I had a fatal illness and died. And I had 3 conversations with God at the door between life and eternity. And in the conversation, one of the things that was so impressive to me, so powerful, so overwhelmingly obvious, was nothing that was said, but it was the energy of the situation. There was no pressure. There was no fear. There was no judgment. There was no negativity. There was no recrimination. All the things that I thought I had imagined that, all the things that I'd done wrong and where I'd been, that meeting God was terrifying. my creator, when I was going to have to stand there and account for who I'd been. That was the most horrifying thought for a lot of my life that I can imagine. But you know what? None of that was present. There was no judgment. There was nothing except space. In the coaching world, we talk about holding space. You know, when you talk to somebody, holding space for someone to explore their thoughts and to feel into answers and to search their souls and hearts for stuff. Well, I can tell you there's never been any space anywhere held like the space I experienced there. It was kind, it was tender, it was open, uh, it was inviting, it was everything, and in the most powerful way that I can't even imagine. So here's the invitation for all of us today. Today, between today and tomorrow, how many times can you on purpose be kind to someone? I'm going to take that challenge too. How many times can we, you and me, between the rest of today, and here it's Mountain Times 240, so between the rest of today and tomorrow, how many times can you on purpose be kind? Because kindness doesn't cost anything. Well, it actually does. It costs us our bitterness. It costs us anger. It costs us frustration. It costs us judging people. It costs being right. It costs all that. But, you know, that's a small price to pay for the peace that we find, that you feel, that I feel when we're kind. So I would invite you in this invitation on the road to 50 million to count how many times the rest of today and tomorrow you can on purpose be kind. So put it up to the top of mind. Say, I choose to be kind. I challenge you. And I challenge me too. I choose to be kind. Every word, every thought, every interaction, everything. I choose to be kind. Why? Because I can. Because I want to be that way. Now, my road to 50 million is a project that I have, if you don't know. I'm helping 50 million people to discover their own gifts and talents, their divine gifts and talents, and then choose to serve with them. Kindness is one that we all can access. Some people are going to be gifted more with a natural kindness and compassion than others. I'm sure that that's an extraordinary gift that some have. And maybe you are one, and maybe you know someone that is just by nature extraordinarily kind. And we like being around those people. We love being in their presence. We love having them look at us or talk to us because that kindness feels so good. I think one of the reasons it feels so good is because it's so absent. There's so little of it around. Everybody's worried about what's in it for me. What do I get? What's this going to cost? Well, it isn't going to. Kindness doesn't cost anything except those negative emotions. So I invite you to join me on this little challenge. And I invite you to put comments wherever you're watching this live stream. Excuse me. I invite you to put comments in and tell me the number 7 times, 2 times, 52 times, I don't know, that you are able to remember and on purpose be kind to someone. My discovery is that pays huge dividends to me. I feel so much more human. I feel so much more connected to each person that I'm kind to. I'm kind to a stranger. I feel better. I'm kind to someone that I'd had a struggle with. I get rewarded. I feel better. And it might fix the relationship and so forth too. But accessing kindness is a gift that we all have. We have the ability to do it. And maybe like me, you've had a habit of being really focused on yourself, what you need, what you're busy. I've got projects, I've got things to do. Someone's mad at me. This isn't going right. All that stuff. I used to only be absorbed by that and thinking about what I had to do and thinking on purpose about how can I be kind to this person, whether I know them or not, was never on my radar screen. Well, it is now because I've chosen to live that way. And my invitation to you is to try it today and tomorrow. So on the road to 50 million, I'm going to help 50 million of you to discover your gifts and to serve with them. Maybe we can discover how you can make some income and a huge impact. I know it's possible. Every gift that you have can have a big impact. Maybe you want to turn that gift into a business and maybe you don't. That doesn't matter. But what matters is that we use our gifts to impact the world in a positive way. There's certainly enough negative things going on. So here's the challenge. My road to 50 million is a commitment to help 50 million of you, find your gifts and serve with them. Create a business if you want to, write a book if you want to, however you want to translate that into service. I'm here to help. Now, I meet lots of people that are already living that ultimate life. They're living a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy because they've created it for themselves. And if that's you, I would love to talk because I love to know more and more and more of those people. I love to hear the stories. When I get a chance to talk to you, if that's you, then I just love hearing how you got there, what you do, and how the story works. It's so uplifting and beautiful. And then I get to have more people that I know. The second thing is most folks that I meet are not living that ultimate life. They think they're going to be happy when with something out there. I can promise you, you can be happy if you serve with your gifts. I promise that. You can be happy if you choose to serve others with your gifts, if you choose kindness. So if I can help you in any way, I'd like to know. I'd like you to send me a message. Let's connect and let's talk and let's see how I can help you discover and serve with your gifts. And the third invitation is always to those that might be able to spread the message. If you want to help me reach 50 million people to elevate kindness, love, service, then I need to talk to you so we can work together. Or if you want to be on my podcast, or if you want to be on my television show, I'd love to talk to you and see what happens there. But above all, today and tomorrow, the message is kindness on this piece, this little segment of the road to 50 million. Today, the message is kindness. How many times can you or I, today and tomorrow, remember on purpose to be kind? I love you. I'm grateful for every good thing you do in the world. Thank you. Thank you. And I can't wait to hear from you and to see you again. We'll see you tomorrow on the road to 50 million.